Hello, everyone. I'm Almeida, CEO and founder of Vestor.Estate. I want to talk about something today that affects all of our buyers because we focus on the historical center of Kyiv, where we mostly have historical buildings. What does it mean to be a historical building? When we say that, we don't mean any old building, okay? We focus on two types of buildings. You have the pre-revolutionary, or Tsar buildings, they're called. They were built before the Russian Revolution, and generally between 1880s and 1917. And then we have what they call the Stalinka, the Stalinist buildings. They come into two groups. You have some before the war, before World War II, and some close after World War II. Once you get into later years in the early to mid 50s and later, construction quality in this country until after Soviet Union just kept declining with the, let's say, decline of the empire itself. So the historical buildings, what do they have in common, even though they're from different eras and have different names? They have very solid construction. They were built to last about 200 years. And with that, you have walls that are anywhere from 70 centimeters to a full meter thick. They also tend to have higher ceilings than the modern buildings. Modern buildings tend to have about 3 meters. In the older ones, especially the Tsar buildings, you can have anywhere to 3.5, 3.8, 4.5 meter ceilings. It gives you a whole different feeling of volume when you walk into an apartment. It could be a 50-meter apartment, and if it's got 3-meter ceilings or 4-meter ceilings, the volume is completely different, and the feel that people get when they walk in is very different. Also, because of the walls being so thick, we don't have many concerns about serious structural issues. You might see an apartment that looks terrible, and they have even wooden beams in the floor that are maybe sagging. That can be changed. As long as the walls are solid, we don't have many concerns. Also, these historical buildings, unlike a lot of new buildings, they also tend to have balconies, which at least our expat clients, whether they're tenants or buyers, they tend to really appreciate it. I myself will not live in an apartment that doesn't have an open balcony. So with those buildings, you almost very often have balconies. There are some downsides, of course, in terms of the common areas, the pipes and electrical cables and things like that. But if you're planning to do a renovation anyway, these things should not stop you. And also, if you're an investor looking to rent it out to especially European clients, they really, really appreciate the charm of the old buildings. Even if the outside needs a paint job, the entrance is a bit dark, the lifts are not great, we tend to see much better returns for investors when you buy in an older building, at least make the apartment feel like it's not in Ukraine. They feel like it's a Western apartment located in a historical building of, let's say, imperial quality. Please like us here and on Facebook, and follow us on Facebook for future developments in the real estate market in Kyiv. Thank you.